in today's lesson, we're going to learn how to add multi-digit numbers. So this is part of chapter 1, lesson 1. And we're going to break this lesson into different parts. So we can also write part 1, just because then our big ideas assignment or homework assignment will be linked with that same name. So if you have to go back to your notes when you're doing that homework assignment, you will know which note page to use. The first thing that you do when you have an addition problem is we want to line up the numbers starting at the ones place value. Okay, and sometimes you're going to be given problems where they're already lined up, so you'll have like 14 plus 15. They'll already be vertically lined up, but in these problems that I'm giving you today, they're horizontally lined up because I want you to be able to learn how to vertically stack them on top of each other. Okay, the big thing here is we want to start when we're lining up the numbers at the ones place, which is on the right side. So that's going to be on this side. Now our first number, our biggest number, we always want to put on top. So since this has 3 digits and this number only has 2 digits, we're going to put 123 on the top. And then starting with the ones place in that 14, we're going to write our 4 and then our 1. Now we're not actually adding these, all we are doing is trying to practice lining them up. If you feel comfortable, I want you to go ahead and try to line these up on your own, and then you'll check it with the video. So we'll have 123. Since they both have the same amount of digits, it doesn't matter that 352 is the larger number. But if you wanted to put 352 on the top too, I'll show you both ways. So we'd have 123, then we have 2, 5, 3, line them up, or 3, 2, 1, line them up. Either way to do this is correct. With addition, it doesn't matter the order of the numbers. When we get into subtraction, that's going to be a little bit different, and that order is going to matter. All right, so now let's do some examples together where we're actually going to be adding. So first things first, we got to line up these numbers. You can always work ahead of me, so if you're already starting to line those numbers up, that's awesome. You learn more by doing it yourself and checking with what I have than by just copying down everything I'm doing. All right, so I lined up from the ones place. Then you're going to always start adding from this ones place as well. So we're going to have 5 plus 2, that's 7. Then we'll move over to the next place. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2, 9. 1 plus 0 is 1. We're going to put in that comma. You always start with the right side when you're doing commas, and you move over 3 places. So you go 1, 2, 3, comma. Our answer is 1,997. All right. Now let's do number 2. Again, if you're feeling comfortable, you want to work ahead, that's fine. You can always pause the video and then just resume it to check your work when you're done. So we've got 2,745. We're lining it up starting with the ones place. Now this example is going to be a little bit different. Notice how here they all were nice numbers. We didn't have to carry anything because none of those numbers got larger than 9. Whereas over here we're going to have some examples, or this will be an example where we're going to have to carry some extras over to the next place value. So here we have 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay, so we write our 2 because that's our number in the ones place, and we carry our 1, which is actually like 10. Okay, so now we have 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. We write our 3, carry our 1. We have 7 plus 6, which is 13, plus the 1 that we carried over, 14. We write our 4, bring our 10 over. We have 2 plus 1 is 3. Move in our decimal, or sorry, not a decimal, a comma, 3 places over. Our answer is 3,432. All right, The video is going to stop in a minute and it's going to ask you these two questions. Just know that these are the exact same numbers that will pop up on your screen, so you can use this space down here to show your work for them. Okay, once you are done going through those two questions, the video will resume and you'll be able to see how to do it correctly if you got it wrong. If you got it correctly, you won't have to really find your mistake, but you'll just have to watch through, or you can fast forward through those answers. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is line up these numbers. And we are going to add them up. So we've got 5 plus 3, 8, 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 1, 4, 2 plus nothing, 2. Number 4, we've got 2,345, 789. We've got 5 plus 9, that's 14, so we write our 4, carry our 1. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 2 plus 1 is 3. Move our comma over 3 places, 3,134. Now we've got a word problem. So the bar graph shows the attendance at a 3-day art festival. What is the total attendance? So keyword is going to be total attendance for the art festival. Whenever you see that word total, a lot of the time that's going to mean you're going to want to add. So since it's a 3-day art festival and they want to know the total attendance, and it looks like the attendance is given in each day, we're going to want to add up the attendance for each day in order to get the total attendance. There's two different ways you can solve this problem. You can do 2 at a time, which is how I'm going to show you. So I've got day 1, day 2, or you can list all 3 if you're okay with adding 3 numbers at a time. I'm going to show you the 2 method because a lot more students, what I've noticed in the past, have preferred to do it this way. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 4 is 11. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. We've got 5,715. But now we can't forget about day 3. So now we bring our 5,715 and we add in our 3,876. 5 plus 6 is 11. Write my 1, carry my 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Plus 1 more is 9. 8 plus 7 is 15. Write my 5, carry my 1. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. I move that comma 3 places over. Our final answer, which we have to put a label on, is 9,591 people. Okay, with these Cornell note pages, that's what this type of note style is called. At the bottom, we want to write a summary. This helps us catch our learning and kind of summarize what we learned today in this lesson. So down here at the bottom, I want you to write just a quick 2 to 3 sentences is all it needs to be. You don't have to write this down. I'm just putting this here so you remember. 2 to 3 sentences of a summary of what to do. I'll help you out with this one. You could talk about how you have to line up the numbers with the ones place first. If you get a number larger than 9 while you're adding, you have to carry the tens place and write down the ones. These are all different types of things that you can write for this summary.